What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Monday, May 9th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comment section who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at No House Advantage using the promo code Awesemo so that you can get yourself $25 on your first deposit. And we're rounding out the bottom of my top 10. Steph Curry, Marcus Smart, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Jordan Poole on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? Time to find out. First up at number 5, we've got Dillon Brooks. He's shooting guard, small forward eligible, 5K, projected for 32.5. The goal is 33, and he is in the optimal lineup 50% of the time. Welcome back, Dillon Brooks. You're going to step into a role that you love a lot because it doesn't look like we're going to have Ja Morant today, and that means Dillon Brooks is going to let it sail. 34 minutes for Brooks, 0.95 fantasy points per minute, 28% usage, 19 real points, 4.5 boards, 3 assists, and a stock and a half. They are 10-point dogs today against Golden State. That's not very good. To stay in this one, I'm thinking Brooks is going to have to be decent at the very least. When he's taking these shots, he's not going to be able to afford a 3 for 19 day, or nothing's really going to matter for the Grizzlies. So I'm willing to bet on Dillon Brooks today because there's so much usage to go around, and this guy loves to soak it all up. At number 4, we bounce over to Milwaukee for Jrue Holiday, point guard, shooting guard eligible, 8,600, projected for 46. The goal is 48.5, and he's in the optimal lineup 54% of the time. I gave Jrue 40 minutes. This is starting to become a very, very interesting series, so the minutes are going to start creeping up a little bit higher for all of the studs. 1.14 fantasy points per minute for Jrue, 28% usage, almost 23 real points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 2.3 stocks. He does a little bit of everything. Honestly, 8,600 doesn't even feel like that crazy of a price tag. If he's not playing 38 plus minutes, this is either a blowout or something bad happened to Jrue. So I'm going to assume that he's playing 40, maybe even 42 minutes today, because 1 point line in this series right now, 2-2, everything matters. You're going to get everything that you can possibly get from every star here. That's why Jrue's in the top 5. Back to Memphis now, and we take a gigantic leap into my top 3. Look at the difference between Jrue Holiday and Desmond Bane at 3. 54% optimal for Jrue, 73% for Desmond Bane. He's shooting guard, small forward eligible, 5,500, projected for 38.5. The goal, though, 35.5, and that's the big piece. He's in the optimal lineup 73% of the time. I gave Bane 36 minutes. We've got no Ja Morant, or likely no Ja Morant. We see bigger usage for Bane when Morant isn't around. We're talking about like 1.1, close to 1.1 fantasy points per minute, 23% usage, 20 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, and 2 stocks. He gets the biggest bump here. Well, he gets the second biggest bump here. We'll talk about it in a second, but from this price point, from this position, you're seeing where the line in the sand gets drawn. This one's very easy. Play a ton of Desmond Bane today. In at number 2, we've got Tyus Jones. This is the guy that gets the biggest bump, but that's obvious. Point guard eligible, $3,700, projected for 31. The goal is 28. He's in the optimal lineup 80% of the time. This will be the simplest piece of anything. We assume Morant is out. We assume Tyus Jones is starting. If he's starting, he's a free square, or at least as close to a free square as you're ever going to find on a slate. I gave him 30 minutes. Could he play 36? Yeah. Could he play 24? Yeah. Does it matter if he plays 24? Absolutely not, because he's 3,700, and he's close to a fantasy point per minute guy. 17% usage, 11 points, 7.5 assists, 4 boards, and a steal. When you don't have Ja Morant and you get, I don't know, call it 18 extra minutes for Tyus Jones, this one gets pretty easy. But he's not my number 1 contender. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at No House Advantage using the promo code Awesemo. That number 1 contender for today is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Small forward, power forward eligible, 11,300. Price doesn't matter. He's projected for 64, and at that price today, the goal is just 60. He's in the optimal lineup 83% of the time. The reason we see Giannis get all the way to the top is because Tyus Jones and Desmond Bane exist. We have the value. We can get to Giannis. his raw point ceiling is so much bigger than everybody else on the slate that it becomes a no-brainer. 38 minutes, 36% usage, and 1.69 fantasy points per minute. 32, 12.5, and 8.5. By the way, 2.5 stocks. This is as simple as it gets. Giannis Antetokounmpo is very easily, to me, your number one play. I don't really see a way to get away from him. Honestly, if you don't have 2 of the 3 of Giannis, Tyus Jones, and Desmond Bane in a lineup, you're probably doing something wrong. And all 3 are likely to be in most combinations, so be ready for that. But Giannis Antetokounmpo, quite easily, is my number 1 contender. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Monday, May 9th. DraftKings and Yahoo versions of this video are around here somewhere, so check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win some money. We are back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.